Hi, welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today we're going to do Advanced Vocabulary Builder lesson number 95. We'll go through 10 advanced words and talk about their definitions, parts of speech, and review a couple of example sentences for each. We'll finish with a story for some extra practice. This is a series, so if you like this video, subscribe for more. This is video number 95 out of the goal of 100, so we are so close, but I plan on doing more than 100. Still, celebrate with me when we get to 100. We're almost there. Let's get started. First, listen to me read the words. Destitute, Imperious, Flagrant, Abject, Notorious, Revel, Desecrate, Irascible, Espouse, Institute. First, destitute. This means lacking something needed or desirable as an adjective, lacking possessions and resources as an adjective. So, someone who is homeless or unhoused would certainly be described as destitute if they were struggling to survive. And being destitute is definitely not a great state of being. It's definitely something really, really bad that you'd want to get lifted out of. Examples are the charity focused on providing food and shelter for the destitute population in the city. Many destitute families rely on the local food bank to survive. Imperious. This means marked by arrogant assurance as an adjective, befitting or characteristic of one eminent rank or attainments as an adjective, intensely compelling as an adjective. So someone imperious has a very strong presence, a very bold personality, and is pretty intimidating, but at the same time gets buy-in. So a major historical figure, a compelling leader might be called imperious. I want to use a more fun example. Think of Mrs. Trunchbull in the movie Matilda, or now the musical Matilda. Mrs. Trunchbull is the principal of the school. She's very strong and big and intimidating, and everyone's afraid of her, and she thinks she can't be touched. So she thinks she's imperious. Examples are her imperious manner made it difficult for her colleagues to approach her. The teacher's imperious tone intimidated the students into silence. Flagrant. This means when referring to something considered wrong or immoral, conspicuously or obviously offensive as an adjective. So I've recently started watching college basketball, and there's something called a flagrant foul in the context of college basketball. So what that means is that it was a foul. It was a violation of the rules. And there are typically penalties associated with fouls. But in the case of a flagrant foul, it's a really, really bad one. It's one that was so obviously wrong or purposefully done that the penalty is going to be heftier. Examples are her flagrant disregard for the rules got her in serious trouble. His flagrant waste of resources was criticized by environmentalists. Abject. This means of something bad, experienced or present to the maximum degree as an adjective. When referring to a person or their behavior, completely without pride or dignity as an adjective. Self-abasing as an adjective. So this word abject means an extreme, and it's a negative extreme. You think of abject poverty, abject humiliation. It's basically experiencing those things to the worst degree. And abject poverty is a very common word pairing because, it's a really apt way to describe poverty. By saying the poverty is abject, it's saying that the poverty is so incredibly bad and it's the maximum level of what poverty could be. Examples are they lived in abject poverty, struggling to meet their basic needs. The team faced an abject defeat, losing by a large margin. Notorious, famous or well known, typically for some bad quality or deed. It's an adjective. So there's a famous rapper who passed away called the Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie, and I completely understand why he chose Notorious as part of his name because it's this idea that he's well known, but maybe for some edgier or bad things, and that, you know, is cool in the context of the rap music that he was making. And even though he's passed away, his music lives on. It's incredible. Examples are the notorious criminal was finally captured after years on the run. The town was notorious for its high crime rate and dangerous neighborhood. Revel. This means to enjoy oneself in a lively or noisy way, especially with drinking and dance, as a verb. Lively and noisy enjoyment, especially with drinking and dancing, as a noun. So when I hear this word, I think of a rowdy pub and people reveling in the drinking and dancing and all of the fun. I know the last wedding I went to, certainly we were reveling. We were enjoying ourselves in a loud and excited way because we were celebrating the happy couple and we were just doing it in a loud and engaging manner. Examples are they gathered to revel in the joy of their team's championship victory. The festival was a time to revel in music, dance, and celebration. Desecrate. This means to treat a sacred place or thing with violent disrespect as a verb. Violate as a verb. So to desecrate something is to violate it in an extreme way. So think of the concept of grave robbing. So someone going to a grave site and digging it up and looking for any items that they could steal. That would certainly be desecrating the grave. A lot of debate goes into what elements of modern archaeology are permissible and which ones venture into this idea of desecrating historical artifacts. Definitely a worthwhile debate. Examples are it is considered a serious crime to desecrate a place of worship. The sacred site was desecrated by careless tourists. Irascible. This means having or showing a tendency to be easily angered, as an adjective. So being irascible definitely is not a good quality. I know some people, when they're driving, they are absolutely irascible. They are screaming and upset and having what we call road rage because they believe those around them are driving poorly. But I'd say a really nice little pop culture example would be if you watch the TV show The Office. Think of the character Andy Bernard, and when he got really angry during a prank and punched a wall, he was irascible, especially in that moment. And he had to go to anger management class in order to learn how to reduce that tendency. Examples are his irascible temper often got him into trouble with his coworkers. His irascible nature made him difficult to get along with. Espouse. This means adopt or support a cause, belief, or way of life as a verb. So I, for example, espouse the cause that education and information should be free and low cost, and that there's no reason that people should be prevented from learning for lack of money. I think that is ridiculous. Examples are she decided to espouse the cause of environmental conservation. The politician espoused policies that favored economic equality. Institute. This means set in motion or establish something, especially a program, system, or inquiry, as a verb. Appoint someone to a position, especially as a cleric, as a verb. a society or organization having a particular object or common factor as a noun. So, a family might institute a new set of family rules that especially the children have to follow. Or you can think of an institute as a place. So there's a place called the Chautauqua Institute in New York State. That's a wonderful example. Go ahead and look it up. It's a community that holds all these wonderful beliefs and has structured programming and brings in outside speakers. And it's just a really fantastic community. Examples are they plan to institute new safety measures in the workplace. The Medical Institute conducted groundbreaking research on cancer treatments. So, let's review a story for some extra practice. Dr. Thompson, an irascible scholar from a prestigious institute, was notorious for his imperious attitude. His colleagues avoided him, fearing his sharp tongue and flagrant criticisms. However, everything changed when Maria joined his class. Maria's abject determination to succeed was evident from day one. Her life up to that point was characterized by struggle and poverty. Despite her destitute background, she refused to be intimidated by Dr. Thompson's harsh demeanor. Her passion for learning and her willingness to challenge outdated practices caught his attention. Maria was a radical, and some thought her arguments desecrated the established field of study. However, she proposed new theories that could revolutionize their field. Dr. Thompson, seeing her potential, decided to mentor her. Together, they worked on groundbreaking research, often staying late into the night. Maria's fresh perspectives and Thompson's expertise made a formidable team. They began to revel in their collaborative success, pushing the boundaries of their discipline. Their efforts paid off. They presented their findings at a major conference, stunning the academic community. The Institute, impressed by their achievements, adopted their new methods. Maria's journey from destitution to acclaim was a testament to her resilience and the power of challenging the status quo. Dr. Thompson, once imperious and irascible, learned to appreciate the value of fresh ideas and collaboration. Together, they instituted a new era of academic excellence, proving that even the most notorious figures can change. So, let's review these words and I'll spell as we go. Destitute. D-E-S-T-I-T-U-E means lacking something needed or lacking possessions or resources. Imperious, I-M-P-E-R-I-O-U-S, is the characteristic of arrogant assurance or being intensely compelling. Flagrant, F-L-A-G-R-A-N-T, is something conspicuously or obviously offensive. Abject, A-B-J-E-C-T, is something bad experienced to the extreme. Notorious, N-O-T-O-R-I-O-U-S, is famous or well known, typically for something bad. Revel, R-E-V-E-L, is to enjoy yourself in a lively or noisy way with drinking and dancing. Desecrate, D-E-S-E-C-R-A-T-E, is to treat something sacred with violent disrespect or to violate. Irascible, I-R-A-S-C-I-B-L-E, is showing a tendency to be easily angered. Espouse, E-S-P-O-U-S-E, is to adopt or support a cause, belief, or way of life. Institute, I-N-S-T-I-T-U-T-E, is to set into motion or establish, or it can be a society or organization. Again, those words are Destitute, Imperious, Flagrant, Abject, Notorious, Revel, Desecrate, Irascible, Espouse, Institute. Great job today. There are other videos like this on this channel, and more are coming soon. I'll put playlists and videos right here, and if you could give this video a quick like, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!